Welcome back, plastic model builders. Here is our last episode. This is the front wheel well we did. This is a chair, the inside cockpit, all that good stuff, flight deck. Here as it sits on top, putting in some windows, and of course we had the front landing gear, and we did some wheels, put those together. Didn't necessarily paint everything because, well, this is a big model, and of course missiles and the racks. So now we are into this part. We are going to glue these little guys on. These are for the landing lights. Keep in mind, I lost one of mine. It's a clear color that goes, not a clear color, but a clear plastic piece that goes right on top of this. So you just got to sit that on there. You see I did that with a toothpick because they're so small. Use whatever you want. We are now cutting out what is going to be the rear landing gear wheel wells. That's hard to say all at once. By the way, this video focuses mainly on putting together parts. No painting whatsoever, and a lot of time spent on the rear landing gear because there's lots of stuff to it. So you see we're putting this assembly together. You got two pieces that go in the middle, two on each end, and of course the sides that'll fit right in the middle of the plane. A lot of this stuff went together very well. It's got a lot of notches in it and what you would call registrations to make sure everything lines up. So you see we're placing those right there. Inside they just kind of pop into place. Make sure you get it right. We are going to put on one of the sides. You can tell it's a side because it's bent in a little bit. Make sure you have the right side for the correct side, as that sounds, a little oxymoron, I guess. So here's the other side going in, and we'll just call this the right side because it sounds cool, right? Yeah. So there it is. Put that in there. And now we have the end right here. You see it's got a little rounded piece. Reason for being, that's where one of the bombs bay doors will go. It kind of opens up because they're rounded, or actually might be even for the fuel tank. I don't remember. Been so long. Anyway, so we'll put that in. Everything snaps into place. You see some areas there that's going to need painting, front and back and inside of this thing. So there's a full assembly, kind of what it looks like when it's in the plane, although not mounted. Here's the fuel tank. It's going to go chromate green a little later on. Not painting that yet today. Everything is just straight out assembling. Fun day. Hey, look at this. We've got wings. Two sets, of course, front and back. Well, not really. A top and a bottom would be more like it, right? I mean, if you folded them in, maybe front and back. So you see, some of them you have to cut because these are fairly long. I'm using the X-Acto. You may want to get a better knife to do this. I'm not as skilled as some of you modelers are, so this is how I did it. Make it look pretty, right? Model making madness. So anyway, almost got these wings completely off of their sprues, and here is the back tail stabilizers. Of course, 3 more to go of those. More wings, lots of wings, total of 4 basically to cut out. Here I just kind of got sick of that using my score. It worked a little bit better, just kind of worked it on in there, and then eventually I decided I'm just going to pop it in place like that. Started breaking stuff the easy way. Kerchunk. So do whatever you want. Remember, it might leave some marks and you'll have to fix them up, but of course, that is what it is. Once these wings go together, they're kind of designed in such a way to where the flaps go inside of themselves, so you have to kind of repair that with some putty or whatever you want to use. Gets a little tedious, so just put glue all the way around. Yes, I know I used a lot of glue. I'm also running out, and believe me, I did take people's advice. I got some liquid stuff, some testers. We will try that a little bit later, but for now we're going to use the remaining bits of this because I'm too cheap to start a new glue, and if there's glue in there that I can smell, I'm going to smell it and I'm going to put it on. So here we go. You see how this fits together? The wing kind of just fits right on top of that, and the lines were very well. Watch out for the glue, of course. I'm messy, you know how that goes. Wing number 2, same exact process. It doesn't change. We are just going to go all the way around this, and you see that round spot there? That's because the wings fold in and out. If you want, you can cut that off. That way you can remove the wings. Might be a good idea because in this plane, if you pull up on those wings, I could never get a good glue line where the fuselage halves meet, and it kept cracking. So I repaired that a zillion times. Just letting you know. You might have to repair it. And there are my glasses. I'm older now, so I can't see, so I now take my glasses off to see better when I'm looking close down. Imagine that. That's how that works. Just young guys, this is what you have to look forward to. Anyway, this is a stabilizer, front and back, top and bottom, left and right, up and down, however you want to word it. You see that one there has a little piece coming out of there. Don't break that off. That's going to go through the entire plane. You might have to file it down a little as well. So here is the other one. And of course you see the little round marks there, which were from, you know, like mold lines. You might have to sand those down. Just pay attention to that stuff. Little details in this model, you know, I mean, it fit together really well for the most part. It kind of, I had to do mine in sections when I did glue that, and you'll see them in different parts of this movie. Not today though, of course, because we want to keep you watching, so you'll come back tomorrow. Anyway, did I say tomorrow? I meant like, you know, 2 weeks. So here we go, engine intakes. 2 of these, got to put these together. Just gluing these up right here. You don't need to really be too concerned with what's on the outsides, because, well, you know, they're on the outside and doesn't get shown. It goes inside of stuff. Poke some holes in there. Got to do that for how these things get glued together. There we go. Make sure the holes are deep enough. Of course, run glue all the way around this. Of course, go around the outside. I've discovered that using putty is great to hold stuff down. Works great. It's not glue, and you know, you just pop it right off anytime you want. That's why I'm using it. So there we go. And also because, you know, I'm making videos and I want you to see it. So when you do glue those halves together, make sure they stay together. And you should see me right now as I'm like talking about this video. I'm making little hand gestures and my fingers just keep tipping themselves together when I say put a little glue and hold stuff together. My fingers just waver. It's great. You're not even seeing it, but they're doing it. So just picture that in your head as you watch this video of me clicking my fingers together. There you go. You heard them. That's me snapping. So these are now together, at least for that little section. We are going to cut out the rear fuselage section. Be careful. Again, you don't have to be too careful right there because that's going to get a piece on the end. This, however, will not, so you will have to clean that up. Right there, again, you won't. That area you'll have to clean up. Go around with your glue. You can see all the spots that go around, mostly most of this. Get a little bit of the wings, of course. Got little pins to go into their boxes, as I like to call them. So here we go. My favorite sayings. Here we go. Model making madness. And of course, isn't that pretty? And make it look pretty. So we are now ready to glue these together, I believe. With the small section, I'm putting glue right there where my hands are. See? There we go. A little bit of glue right there too, because you want to hold it together. Alright. Carefully place it down, press it together, do whatever you can to make it stay. That area there, be careful how you press it because you don't want it flexing too much. That's going to go on the plane. Just make sure it's held together really well because it was a very tight fit for the entire plane. Just letting you know, that's what you're going to have to deal with. So congratulations, 8 minutes into this movie. I know it's such an exciting and boring one. And now here we go, the longest part, landing gear. The rear landing gear to be exact. A zillion pieces to these things. So I'm just going to show you both sides. Bear with me. You know, if you miss something on when I'm doing one side, you can see it when I'm doing the other. Just look through my glasses right there. Alright, so we've got all that cut. This is just one little piece of the landing gear. Some more small little pieces, struts. Not all these go together all at once. Some of it will be painted to get this little piece here. Don't know what it's called. Those actually don't go on until later, but they used to get painted. You know, you fear sometimes while you're doing a plane, you want to see how things fit together. So we do cut stuff out to say test fitting, because that's what we do. So as you can see, we are gluing this up. Pay attention to where the spots are that we glue. We go all the way around this. Try avoiding in the centers there because the wheels will go through there and they are supposed to move. So maybe if you put grease in there, it'll move a little bit better. Just saying, you know. So see where I'm putting glue there? That's important because glue gets on that spot. So it doesn't go necessarily on all the other areas there because those are in different spots. So, you know, you kind of got to test fit and just pay attention to this video. Then when you do the model, pay attention to the model. So watch out for that little round deal there. And we're just about ready to put on this little half. So see this piece, that goes in there first. Pay attention, of course. Then stick this on top. And showing you one more time because one was a test fit and I probably did it wrong, but there, that's in there. Putting that on top one more time. For all I know, maybe I had 2 pieces in. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll snap that, show you how that fits in there. Just like so. Perfect. Pull it out. Put some glue in. Maybe I don't pull it out, right? So either way, there you go. Now we're putting this piece in. That snaps right into place, barely. So you have to be careful with it. Small pieces. They take a while, especially with glue. Hopefully you guys can do it better than I can. I made it work at least. So now we got this little deal here. You just saw me cutting that out earlier. This kind of fits in there. I did my best, pressed it down, let it set for a minute. So here's the tricky part. See, off camera a little bit, putting glue in the center of this. My apologies. And then some glue right there. So we are going to take that piece we just made, stick it through that outlet, press down into those little slots, then move this right as you see into position. There's another angle. Whew, got that done. Rear gear number 2. You see the main portion, the half portion right here, the outer strut getting cut. We'll do these pistons that you see right above here. Get this little guy. Here it is. And you can tell I forgot the piston. Oh, there it is. There's the piston. My favorite piston. So there, cut that out. Same deal. Go around the edge in case you missed it on the last one. And you'll see that area where we have the little circle disc. That was on the plane, but you don't get that. You just get those 3 little spots there. Get a little pin right there. Go all the way around. Careful of the little circle there. Put this little guy in. Press him down. Maybe I put the wrong one in before. Could have been. I don't know. Either way. Maybe you just saw it twice. You know, so there we're putting some glue in there. I didn't show you that on the last one. Maybe because I forgot to. Could have been a good reason. Put some glue in the slots now that we got on these little pins. And you see this is a little bit close up inside this. You kind of have to push this piece in and tilt it. And then it kind of just snaps into place. And that's what it looks like right there. Put a little bit of extra glue on there. Use lots of it. I don't care how you do it. It's just a model, right? Have fun. So put this piece in. I kind of just got it into place. Use my fingers to press it in. Make sure you do the right side. Same thing with this piece. Put this stuff on. Once you get that through, we're going to do some more fun stuff. It's a lot of clipping of small little parts. Some of mine were missing stuff. And that's how it goes because this is a model. I didn't bother reordering anything because I'm too lazy. So there's a completed landing gear assembly. I'm going to pop this in place for when we go to paint everything. That way these kind of are already there and don't have to worry about doing anything else. Liquid mask might help too, so you don't have to do that. But that kind of just to show you where everything goes. So some fun stuff. Get out your snips. Look at these, lots of them. I'm not going to show you all of them, probably like half of the row. Slowly cut these out. That way they don't go flying all over the place. These are for the bomb doors. It's a challenge figuring out how they actually go in. Had to look at some pictures because it looks like they should go in slots, but they really don't. They kind of rest above slots. All right, enough of that. I've showed you all those. There you go. So cut these out right here. We are coming towards the end of this video, by the way. I'm not going to show you gluing these on because I'm trying to reduce time for today, but I will show you the preview, and here's next week. Putting in those slots, you'll see all 4 of them in, getting the wings sanded down, going to put on the ends of these missiles and do some painting. Thank you for watching. Subscribe so you can see our next video when it comes out in 2 weeks. Comment and like. Until next time, see ya. Here's me painting a chair. Bye.